Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I design workshops that help you create beautiful projects from start to finish with easy to follow guides. And we are back this week with another product of the month video. And don't forget, just because I'm featuring the product of the month, anything that's like I'm showing you, you guys could totally alter this to suit like stamps and stuff like that that's in your stash. I just actually happen to really like the awesome Fabulous Sayings, which is the product of the month for January 2026, which is I'm still having a hard time saying that, but it is absolutely true. It is crazy. Anyway, so we are in 2026 and the product of the month, this is it for January. So we're in like the last little bit of the month. So don't forget, if you are interested in adding this to your purchase in Canada, when you reach $100, you'll get prompted to add it to your cart for $5. And I just happen to think that's a pretty good deal. So earlier this month, I came and had some fun. So the first thing I did with the product of the month was I created these two cards. And these were a take on the Creative Inspiration Challenge from Stampin' Up! For January, which there's been, actually, I think they just posted today, another take on the challenge by like turning the sketch. So it was a sketch challenge, right? And it like falls totally in line with everything I say about like a resource is a resource is a resource. You're meant to use it over and over again in different ways, right? So that was the first way that I used the product of the month this month. And then last week, I'm pretty sure I've got them in the right order. I'm pretty sure this is the way it went. And then last week, I took the company artwork and switched it out and made it my own and altered it, right? Again, showing you that you could use something that you can already see and adapt it to suit your own purposes. So I swapped those out. If you want to see any of those, the pictures are here. And I'm trying to think if there's a blog post about that just yet or not. I'm not 100% certain. So then the product of the month bonus projects tutorial has been launched for this month. So you know that I'm in a group of 12 demonstrators that take the product of the month and use it for inspiration for their projects. And there's some great projects this month. I kind of leafed through and showed you a few of them last week. I'm just going to add my desk in here now so we could take a look. But basically what I did is I randomly picked 2 of the 12 and we're going to like swap them out so that I decided to feature the Nature's Walk suite, and I'm hoping I'm getting that right. I don't think that's correct, but I know the Nature's Walk is what the Designer Series paper is called. The suite is called, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's actually called the Nature's Walk too. So like I said, I took that product and took 2 of the tutorials and we're going to create a couple of projects. So these are both cards. I did for the tutorial create a scrapbooking page, which I will show you here. Let me just add my overhead camera and see if we have enough light. Let's see if this light is plugged in. Okay, so this is actually the layout that I created featuring the Fabulous Sayings stamp set. So it is included in the January product of the month bonus projects. I'll just put that to the side. I love the whole concept of the product of the month, and you can see how like a tutorial bundle this size just gives you like tons of other things to use it for. So I think I showed some of these last time, but like my scrapbooking layout is there. Oh, there's a fun card featuring the gears and textures. There's a couple of fun folds in here. There's a shaker card. You guys know I'm a sucker for a shaker card. There is, and look, it's funny because one of the actual cards kind of coordinates with my layout. Then there's a fun shadow box or box frame kind of project, which I saw. It's Deb's, which is very cute. But so, like I said, I randomly picked 2 projects. So we're going to recreate Rhonda's vellum card, but like I said, with Nature's Beauty. And then, so I just picked 2 together. And I actually think I did the same thing last time too. And then we're going to do Michelle's It's a Fun Fold card. So here's the details. If you have any questions about the product of the month, but just remember, this one is available now while supplies last. And like I said, we are nearing the end of January, which is crazy considering, like I just said, I was surprised to be saying 2026 some days. Time is flying. Okay, so I'm just going to open my tutorial here. And okay, because Michelle's card is first, and she featured the stamp set, obviously, and then Brushed with Beauty. That's what was not entering my head there. Okay, so I do think I have my stuff ready to go, so we should be good. I have my stamp set. So I think these are the pieces we're going to use. I can actually have my camera zoomed out because I was filming a layout. So let's turn up another light. Okay, so this is, like I said, we're going to do a fun fold card, and I'm going to use the Nature's Walk DSP. And so I cut all my layers exactly the same, except for I am going to decorate with one of the die cuts from the Nature's Walk suite. And this is that stunning Peaceful Gardens glimmer paper. So it's like 3 different shades of blue. So there's Secret Sea and Cloud Cover. And then this is other blue. And I'm not sure if it's actually supposed to be balmy blue, but I'm going to use it on my second card because it actually matches the two, like these, actually all 3 of the blues match the Nature's Walk suite. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do like the same stamping, everything that she has. So on the front, we're going to stamp hello. And I think we will do that in Secret Sea. Okay. And this is one of the dies from the Beautifully Celebrated dies, right? It's all of these are super fun, right? They're great. This is the smallest one I have here, and we're going to stamp our hello on that. And then on the inside, because I said I'm going to do it the same, we're going to stamp You're on My Mind. I couldn't remember what was stamped on the inside. So, and then okay. So let's get some Secret Sea. So if you purchase from my Stampin' Up! Shopping website this month and your purchase reaches the $100 threshold, even if you don't choose to put the stamp set in your cart for the $5, you'll still get the tutorials. Okay, so this is a piece of that designer series paper. So I'm just going to add it here along the edge, just like she did. Whoa. Okay, because it's going to help me decide. Okay, because I'm just going to be super honest with you. I might not always follow tutorials in the same order, which sometimes can get me into trouble. But sometimes everybody's brain just works slightly different, right? So for me, I needed to be able to see the space. So actually, yeah, I might actually add a little bit of ink blending too. So Secret C, I stamp my sentiment up here. Let's grab, well, maybe I'll do my hello at the same time. I've got a whole bunch of adhesive on my glass mat. I should probably get that off. It just means I'm being productive, right? There we go. Okay, so now I can close this up. And I'm going to grab a blending brush. And my cloud cover. I'm actually pretty sure this is my cloud cover blending brush, but I'm not sure why it is not marked. I normally, maybe I just haven't gotten that far yet. Okay, so I'm going to add some cloud cover on here. And okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit around the outer edges. Because I used cloud cover for my card base, so it just kind of brings everything together here. Maybe I'll do, well, I have it out, we might as well do my label. Okay, so that's for our front. There we go. I'm just going to wipe my glass mat. To make sure that I don't get ink all over everything else. I actually need to come with my little, you know, the chamois that comes with the glass mat. It's perfect for getting adhesive off. It's far less elbow grease than trying to clean it off with a wipe. Okay. So there we go. So like I said, I did my card base in cloud cover. And I have all my pieces cut. So she's got like a fun little interactive panel on the front. This piece is going to fold back like this. Okay, so I picked this piece. I love this piece off of the paper, right? Because I figured, well, it's got like all the colors. So I actually cut up my pieces before I even decided what I was going to do. But I figured, oh, if I use this piece, at least it'll kind of match everything. Okay, so I'm going to do like this. There's a little mat on it. Okay, and then we're going to add this, but I need to add the ribbon because she added the petal pink braided trim around. So I'm going to add this, which is the bordered open weave ribbon in Secret C. But let's add our pieces to our base. So I'm going to add my inside piece first. There we go. And then I'm going to add these two. So the Secret C side with the little white line through it as like my accent piece. And then you can see, right, I added this piece that we're going to put on the front, on the inside to tie the two together. And you'll see the second one, I went with like a totally different, well, not completely, but because I obviously coordinate all together, but with a different color palette. Okay, so let's add our ribbon to this piece. So I'm just going to give myself like lots of ribbon. This ribbon is actually very soft. It's really quite nice. Okay, so I'm just pulling it over to, I am not making my ends even here at all. So let's pull this a little bit. Okay, and I'm just going to make sure I'm not twisted or anything on the back. Okay, so this, I want to go here, but first, I think I'm going to put this under my ribbon piece here. And I'm going to bring this back so it's not quite so large. I'm going to trim my ends. Okay, so you can glue it, or I'm going to use glue dots because then I can push it in. And I don't get a big, huge mess. I make a huge mess when I use liquid glue. So I'm very careful about when I decide to use glue, especially if I'm like doing a video, because it also takes time for the glue to dry, right? So I'm just going to pull this through. Okay, and I'm going to put this on dimensionals. almost put it on upside down. Okay, so I'm going to put it like right there. And now we can add it to our card base, right? So it's going to sit like this. I actually didn't even think about that, but good thing. I got my stamping behind there. So I'm just going to make a little mark so I know how far to add my adhesive. And I'm going to just put a little tiny piece of tearing tape over top of my ribbon, and because it'll hold my ribbon in place and it'll do dual purpose, right? It'll also adhere my panel down. So I should have maybe pushed it over just a little bit farther that way, but I'm fine. But I'm just going to be careful when I stick this down that you can't see it, right? Oh, see, I almost did it. There we go. Ta-da. So, second version, same card, different collection, right? Okay, so I'm super excited to do this other one, which is the version of Rhonda's vellum card. And so she featured like the Greenery Lane bundle, obviously this same stamp set, the textured notes dies, and then Lovely Blossoms paper. But like I said, right, we are using the Nature Walk. And so I have that same die. So this die is this is actually super beautiful. I actually thought about adding the wood piece on this card, but I decided to go with the same leaves because they're actually like beautiful and they're so pretty in the glimmer paper. So here we go. So I have the textured notes die cut. And so she did thank you. And I'm going to use a circle from the Stylish Shapes for my sentiment. Like she stamped right on the her box, but I'm going to use the circle. Okay, so it's like a standard card base. Okay, and then see, I picked this piece of paper, which is just like heavily blue on the other side. I don't know how to explain that in that. I need to move my ribbon scissors out of the way, or I will use them for something I shouldn't for sure. Okay. Uh-oh. So I'm just going to add a little bit of my Stamp and Seal. Okay, so for my inside layer, and I'm going to put my light side at the top in case you can see a little bit of it through, but okay, and then, oh no, I think I didn't cut a piece. Oh no, I do. Here's my liner piece, right? So this is where we're going to add our sentiment, and it's going to say, to a fabulous friend, and the front says thank you. Okay, so she did the sentiment staggered on like a separate piece of paper, but I'm actually going to do it just right on my liner. And actually, I think we might use Blueberry Bushel to kind of better coordinate with this blue. And then actually I'm going to stamp the thank you with this blue too. So we'll do those two things at the same time. Okay, so to a fabulous friend. And we just need thank you. And hopefully I judged the right circle to take. Okay, and guys, so today I can actually hear the binging in the background, but the feed is not refreshing for some reason today. So I will come back and read your comments after because I have no idea what anybody's saying. Okay, so we're going to, moment of truth, we'll see if I guessed the correct size for my circle, and I think I did. Okay, so that's the Blueberry Bushel. It's much more fun when it actually like generates the comments. So, like I said, I will come back. Yes, I think that's perfect. Okay. So, here we go. Let's add my liner. There we go. Oh, okay. So now I can see some of them, but not all of them. So Maria says, hello, Chris. Hello, Maria. And Anne says, love the card front. Yes, like it is super pretty. And I love this piece of paper with all the different colors in it. Totally right up my alley. Okay, so now I know why she staggered the sentiment. So there we go. Good learning lesson for me. So I am going to cut another piece and add it to the inside and the underneath part. So I'm going to just do it right now. Okay, so we're going to use this, and I have this. So let's see which paper we should use. Too dramatic? Oh, maybe this. Okay. So let's just pick a size. Nothing like fixing something on the fly, I mean. So let's go 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Let's see how that works. Okay, so we're going to do that. That's pretty, because then we actually get like the little white, tiny white border there. So, and the script will come through on the back side. See, there's always a solution, right? Oh, yes, I actually really like that. Okay. And I might cut another panel just to go on the inside later. So we can just do, I think we're going to do like a faux bow on this side. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this down. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to, again, add some glue dots. Actually, for this, I could probably we're gonna like risk the biscuit, and we're gonna add some glue. I'm sure maybe one of you were yelling at me already that I should have done that differently. Okay, so I actually don't think I am going to do a faux bow. I think, well, maybe actually. Let's see. Let's test it. So I just added a little bit of adhesive to the back, and we are going to tack this last one down. Like that. Just need to even this out a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's about the same. I might have to trim that up a little bit. And then we're going to add dimensionals. It is super funny how some of the comments come through and some of them don't. You know, just to make life fun. There we go. And you know what? I actually don't even think, I was trying to think if we need an embellishment on there, but I actually don't even think we do. So there's the second one. I was thinking there, did I like assemble it upside down and the opening was on this side, but no. So there we go. So I don't actually even know, I might, because you can't really see it. And I think if I actually like, maybe I will. I probably will add this same piece on the inside right over top because I have it. So and then even if I wanted to write more, I could write more on this side, right? There we go. Problem solved. And I kind of like the fact that it does add like another frame in there. I really actually like the way that turned out. Okay, guys. Like I said, I actually was thinking that I would put an embellishment on it, but I actually don't know that I will. So, but I think this is just slightly too long. So pretty. There we go, our vellum card, and then the fun fold card. So that's what I've got for you guys today. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask. Like I said, the comments are not coming through, so I will go back and I'll read them and answer any questions anybody might have. But like I said, I just wanted to give you a little bit more inspiration featuring the product of the month for January called Fabulous Sayings. So, and as always, if you guys want to know any more about me or ways to find me, make sure to check out my blog at chrisscreativelife.com. There is a little bit, it's under a little bit of maintenance today. I'm not even going to go into what happened today, but hopefully it should all be fixed by the time anybody goes over there to look. So I hope you guys all have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.